All right, everyone, welcome back. Today we are diving into SGP 32. We've got a real hefty guide here. SGP 32 Transition, a comprehensive guide to innovation, implementation, and continuous improvement. Quite a mouthful.
Definitely a comprehensive guide, that's for sure. But don't worry, we'll distill it down to the essentials.
Music to my ears. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is SGP 32? Because I feel like it's one of those things people throw around, but, not everyone really gets it.
It's easy to get lost in the jargon. Right.
Exactly.
Think of SGP 32 as, a framework for optimizing how your organization operates. It's not just one thing, it's a whole collection of tools and strategies.
So it's not just about ticking boxes, it's about actually making things like work better.
Absolutely. We're talking efficiency, we're talking compliance, even leveraging technology to your advantage. It's about helping organizations thrive, especially in today's world.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It's definitely getting more complex out there. But where did this whole SGP 32 thing even come from? Did someone just invent it one day?
Well, not quite. It's actually got some interesting roots in earlier frameworks, things like Lean, Six Sigma, even bits of ITIL.
I've definitely heard of those, but they're kind of like the older generation.
In a way, yes, they address certain needs, but as technology advanced and the business world became more intricate, those older models, they couldn't quite keep up.
Couldn't handle the heat.
Exactly. SGP 32 takes the best of those older models, the things that worked, and combines them into something more robust, more adaptable to today's challenges.
So it's like the next generation, building on what worked before.
Precisely. And that's why we're seeing it gain so much traction. Yeah. Now businesses need a system that can keep up with this ever-changing landscape.
Makes sense. So it's not just a fad, it's actually filling a real need.
Absolutely. It's designed to be the comprehensive solution for the challenges businesses face today.
Okay, I'm starting to get it, I think. But why are we seeing so many companies jumping on the SGP 32 bandwagon now? What's pushing this shift?
It's pressure, yeah, but it's also opportunity, right?
Right.
Businesses are facing stricter regulations, technology that just won't quit evolving.
Yeah.
They need a way to navigate that, and SGP 32, that's it. That's the answer.
So it's like a compass and a map in this crazy world of business.
Exactly. But it's not just about surviving out there, it's about thriving. Remember that guide you sent over? It talks about SGP 32 boosting operational efficiency,
Yeah,
doing more with less. Pretty sure everyone likes the sound of that.
for sure. Time is money, right?
100%.
Okay, but what about all that compliance stuff? You mentioned regulations earlier. How does SGP 32 help with that exactly?
Oh, that's huge. One of the biggest benefits, honestly.
Let me see.
Let me see. Yeah, right here on the guide, it even talks about specific regulation relevant to the listener and how SGP 32 gives you this framework, this really solid base for compliance.
Okay, I'm following.
So you minimize risk, avoid those nasty penalties. It's a win-win.
So it's like a safety net and a launch pad, all in one.
You got it.
We've talked about tech a bit, but how does SGP 32 actually use technology, like in concrete ways?
Okay, so SGP 32, it really pushes businesses to embrace all those advancements. We're talking about automation, making those workflows smoother, faster.
Yeah.
It's all about working smarter, not harder,
It's like trading in your old flip phone for the latest smartphone, right?
Exactly. And here's the thing, all those optimized processes, the tech you integrate, it generates so much data.
Oh, right, data. Everyone's talking about data.
And this is where things get really interesting. SGP 32 is all about using that data, but using it to make smarter decisions.
No more flying blind, basically.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got the efficiency, the compliance, the technology piece. But what's the big goal? Like, what are we really aiming for with all of this?
At the end of the day, happy customers.
Ah, okay.
Streamlining those operations means you can offer better products, better services. That creates a better experience for the customer.
Happy customers, happy business, as they say.
That's it.
All right, so that's the why behind SGP 32, but let's dig into the what. You mentioned earlier that it has all these different layers. What does it actually look like in action?
Think of it like a recipe.
Okay.
A recipe for success. And it's got 4 key ingredients.
Give me the SGP 32 recipe. I'm ready.
Okay, so ingredient number 1, process standardization. Imagine every single department in your company speaking the same language, using the same playbook.
No more miscommunications, you're saying?
Exactly. Everyone's on the same page. They know the game plan. They know their role. Now, ingredient number 2, this one's important. Compliance and governance.
Which we talked about earlier, right?
Exactly. Dotting those I's, crossing those T's. It's all about operating within the rules, both internal and external, building that trust, that sustainability.
Love it. What's next?
Okay, ingredient number 3, and this is where it gets really fun. Technological integration.
The tech.
This is where SGP32 truly shines. We're talking AI, machine learning, all that good stuff, using them to automate, to unlock new opportunities.
Okay, now this is what I'm talking about. This is the future.
Right.
All right, so we've got standardized processes, compliance, we're tech savvy. What's the final ingredient in this recipe for success?
Performance metrics.
Mm-hmm.
You can have the most efficient processes, the best tech, but if you don't track it,
Right.
how do you know if it's working? SGP32 is all about those KPIs, tracking the wins, knowing where you can improve. That's how you make sure you're moving in the right direction.
So data isn't just something you collect, you actually use it. You make it work for you.
You got it. SGP32 is all about constantly evolving, always getting better.
I can definitely see why companies are making the move. It's comprehensive, it's future-proof. What's not to love?
Right. But this is important. It's not a magic bullet.
Oh,
There are challenges, things to consider before you jump in.
challenges, huh? So no free lunch with SGP32 then?
Never a free lunch, right?
Right. So what kind of bumps in the road are we talking about here?
Well, change management, that's a big one.
Yeah, change is never easy.
People get used to doing things a certain way, even if a better way comes along.
Especially at companies where people have been around for a while, habits are hard to break.
Oh, they are. They really are. That's why, and this is so important, the guide really stresses communication.
Oh yeah, communication is key.
Like really communicating why this change is important.
Getting everyone on board.
Exactly. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Ah, love that. So true. So communication, what else should people be ready for?
Resources.
Ah, right. Money makes the world go round.
SGP32. It takes investment, upgrading technology, maybe even infrastructure changes, and then training people. Companies need to be realistic about those costs.
It's not enough to just have the vision, you need the budget to actually do it.
100%.
Yeah.
And that actually leads to another thing, training and development. SGP32, it might mean people need to learn new skills, work with new tech. It's a whole new way of doing things.
You can't just hand someone a fancy new tool and expect them to know how to use it.
Exactly. Speaking of tools, technology itself can be a challenge. Integrating new systems, it can get messy.
Tech is great when it works, but when it doesn't.
It's a pain. That's why the guide really stresses planning. Testing things out may be a phased approach, like dipping your toes in the water before jumping in.
Don't just flip the switch and expect everything to be SGP32 overnight.
Right. It's a journey.
Yeah.
And to help with that journey, that guide you sent over, it's got these great real-world success stories, companies who did SGP32 and crushed it.
Ooh, case studies. Love a good case study. It's one thing to talk about it, but to actually see it working, that's when you really learn something.
For sure.
So who are these SGP32 rock stars? Who should we be learning from?
This one company, ABC Manufacturing, they really stood out. Automotive industry, and they were dealing with, you guessed it, their production processes were all over the place, tons of defects.
Happens to the best of us.
Right. So they went all in on SGP32, really dug deep into their processes, created a game plan, invested in new tech and training, and then they rolled it out slowly. And it worked. Efficiency went up, defects went way down, even employee morale got a boost.
Everyone wins, but this is like manufacturing. Is SGP32 just for those big companies? What about everyone else?
Not all. That's the thing with SGP32, it can work anywhere. The guide also talks about this hospital, XYZ Hospital. They use it to streamline everything and make patient care better.
Okay. I can only imagine the paperwork at a hospital.
Oh, it's a lot. And you can't mess around with the regulations in healthcare. But you know what? Implementing SGP32 patient satisfaction went way up. Those wait times everyone hates, shorter. And their records are more accurate.
So it's really about improving from the inside out. Okay, any other SGP32 all-stars you want to share?
One more. DEF Bank. You know, finance regulations everywhere. They used SGP32 to make sure they were compliant, but also to make everything flow better.
It's like SGP32 isn't just about checking boxes. It's about making things work better on a fundamental level.
100%. And obviously, every company's different. But the guide does have these common threads, these best practices for making it work.
So if someone's out there thinking about taking the SGP32 leap, what should they be thinking about?
Number one, don't rush the planning stage. Like, really take the time to make that roadmap. What do you want to achieve? When? How will you measure it? And look at where you're at now, really honestly, so you know what to improve.
Know thyself and all that.
Exactly. And then
Yeah.
this one's big. Get everyone involved,
Stakeholders, right.
all of them, for the ground up. Keep them in the loop. Talk about their concerns. Make it a team effort.
Because SGP 32 isn't a dictatorship.
Exactly. And then, when it comes to actually making it happen, remember, marathon, not a sprint. Maybe start small, one department, see how it goes, then go from there.
Test the waters.
Exactly. And training. Can't forget training. Give your people the knowledge, the skills they've got to be ready for this.
It's a journey.
It really is. And finally, remember all that data we talked about. Use it.
Yeah.
Track those KPIs. Are you hitting your targets? What needs tweaking?
It's all connected, right? The planning, the data, it all works together.
Like a well-oiled machine.
Mm.
Or at least that's the goal.
I love it. So SGP 32, it's a powerful framework, but it's not magic. It takes effort. It takes planning. It takes looking at your data and making it work for you.
But the payoff?
Yeah.
That's huge.
Totally. Well, I think we've officially finished our deep dive into the world of SGP 32. The why, the what, and the how. I think we covered it all.
We did.
So to everyone listening, if you're thinking about going down this SGP 32 road, do your research, build a good team, and who knows, maybe you'll be the next success story we feature on the show.